What up, everybody? The Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4 trailer gives us our first look at Detective Don Carter, a new character who will be introduced this season, with him having a face-to-face with Tariq. I can't tell for sure where they're at, but Carter goes on to tell Tariq St. Patrick, son of James St. Patrick. No code, no loyalty. You smell just like him. I know the truth. I know who you are, and I'm going to put you where you belong. So in this video, I'm going to look into what we know about Don Carter, what is his history and connection to James St. Patrick, because they clearly have some kind of connection, good or bad. We'll have to wait to see. As well as, could Carter be connected to any other characters we've seen throughout the series dating back to OG Power. Carter starts off by calling Tariq by name and telling him who he's the son of. Then goes on to say he has no code or no loyalty. This is something similar to what Malcolm Howard told Unique about Rock in Season 1 of Raising Kanan, telling him there's rules to the game, and Rock either doesn't know them or doesn't care to follow them. And we could say Ghost was the same way, willing to take out anyone who was standing in his way, and would often come with a smile on his face before taking them out. And even killed his own friend Breeze to begin his rise to the top. But really showed he had no code or loyalty when him and Tasha set up Kanan to go to prison, so Ghost could take over as the boss. And even though Reek's been the one getting snaked all 3 seasons of Book 2 by everybody, dating back to Power, he did show he had no code or loyalty. First, by setting up who he called his best friend Kanan to die. Kanan never saw Tariq coming. It was shocked when he found out the truth, but still had the opportunity to take Tariq out, but didn't. And Ghost supposedly never saw Tariq coming either, though many of us believe he did see Tariq coming and Ghost is still alive. But Tariq shooting his own dad either way, and Ghost also having the opportunity to take Tariq out via Tommy, spared him as well, just like Kanan. Then Carter tells Tariq, you smell just like him. Keeping in mind what Gabe told Tariq at Ghost's funeral. You remind me so much of him. And Tariq responded to Gabe, but I look nothing like him. So because Tariq doesn't look like Ghost, he couldn't say he looked like him, so he said you smell like him. But I'm going to assume by saying this it was a metaphor, pretty much saying you're exactly the same. This was something echoed by Bash right before Tariq killed him at the beginning of Season 3. Bash said, Simon told me your father was a drug-dealing killer disguised in a Tom Ford suit. You're the same, except for some tailored suit. You're in a college hoodie. Tariq even echoed this himself when Ghost was dropping him off at the train station in Power Season 5 by saying, that suit doesn't change who you are, just like this school doesn't change who I am. But Tariq began to hate Ghost to the point he killed Bash for saying he was just like him. But we see from the Season 4 trailer, he will again embrace that he's just like Ghost. The question is, what part will Don Carter play in this? As Carter went on to tell Tariq, I know the truth. I know who you are. Out of everything Carter told Tariq, this might be the most intriguing. What does he know the truth about? Because Tariq has so much blood on his hands, it could be multiple things. But the big question is, does Carter know that Tariq shot Ghost? And if he does, how did he find this information out? And why would he tell Tariq, I know who you are? I mean, he already said he was the son of James St. Patrick. What else does Carter know about Tariq? Because this information sounds personal to me. Could Carter possibly be Tariq's uncle, Ghost's brother or half-brother, that's been hinted about by Courtney Kemp, keeping in mind that Ghost's father was killed by drug dealers? Is this why Carter hates drug dealers so much? And either though Carter hates drug dealers, he knows he can't get rid of them because in the trailer he says that they're impossible to eradicate. So from the sounds of things, Carter tries to control them and who's at the top. Similar to how Howard told Unique in the same conversation I mentioned earlier, he would make sure he was at the top if no more bodies dropped. But possibly Ghost and Carter's father was killed by Breeze or Kanan, only for Ghost to turn around and work for them, and that's why Carter said Ghost had no code or loyalty. And I've also mentioned before the possibility of Ghost being involved in his own father's death. And that could be why Carter told Tariq, "You smell just like him." Getting me to the final thing that Carter tells Tariq in this conversation. "I'm going to put you where you belong." The meaning of this will tell us everything as well, because we would initially assume that he's talking about putting Tariq in either prison or in the ground. But this could actually be a twist, and he could actually be talking about putting Tariq at the top. Keep it in mind that Tariq also says in the trailer he has to become the apex predator. And he also tells somebody else, "I need to be on the top." Does Carter plant these thoughts in Tariq's head? This is most likely going to be based on whatever relationship Carter had with James, whether it was good or bad. And if in fact Carter is Ghost's mystery brother that we've been waiting on to be revealed. I mean, this is the final season of book 2, so if they were planning to reveal this, now would be the time. And like I said, if Carter does try to control the drug game by putting the players in position, he could see Tariq as someone who could have that top spot. Keeping in mind what Noma told Tariq about Mecca the first time she met Tariq, that Mecca had international protection and he snitched on all her enemies. Mecca was obviously somebody with no code or no loyalty. He said it himself that he went to the highest bidder. So this might actually be the type of person that Carter wants in control. But at the same time, if Carter is Tariq's uncle, putting him where he belongs could also mean that he's going to put him back on the path that Ghost had planned out for him, completing college and going legit. Keep in mind that we see Tariq standing in Club Truth in the trailer. Could Carter possibly help Tariq get Truth back? I know a lot of people even think that it's a dream or hallucination, but because I'm not a fan of hallucination scenes at all, I'm going to go with Tariq getting Truth back until we find out for sure what happens. But if Carter does help Tariq get that top spot, could Carter be who Tariq pulls the gun out on in this scene? Because even if Carter gets Tariq to the top, there will be a good chance that Tariq will feel like he will never be free until he gets rid of Carter trying to control him. Also keep in mind that the trailer has Tariq on the phone talking to somebody, telling them that Noma, the Tejadas, and Effie were all after him. And he also tells this person that he just needs them to have his back. Does the help that this person sent come in the form of Don Carter? Possibly Tariq is on the phone with Davis, and Davis is connecting Tariq to Carter. Or maybe he's on the phone with Tasha, and she connects Tariq to Carter. Maybe she's like how Ghost was when he went to Gabe's bar talking about "I never wanted to go back there." Maybe Carter is somebody so dangerous that Tasha or Ghost never wanted to deal with again, but because the times that Tariq is facing, she has no choice. But one key we have to keep in mind that Carter is traumatized over the death of his wife who was killed in a shootout. Before she died, Carter was on his way to become a police captain, but her death made him decide to lead a drug task force instead. So on the other side of the coin, either Tariq or Ghost could possibly been involved in his wife's death. And if this is the case, this would make things that much worse for Tariq, because he would then be public enemy number 1 for Carter as well as everybody else. If Carter is an enemy and either Tariq or Ghost was involved in his wife's death, the shootout that I'm thinking about is when Tariq set Kanan up to die. Keep in mind there was a woman cop who showed up on the scene who Kanan killed, but she was also who put the bullet in Kanan that killed him. I just watched this episode not too long ago, and I did notice they keyed in on this woman for a second. And because Carter is a cop, there's a good chance that his wife was also a cop. Otherwise, how would she end up in the middle of a shootout? And keep in mind that Blanca figured out that Kanan didn't kill Ray Ray because he was out of town at the time. So Carter might have been investigating for some time and finally put all the pieces together. Also keep in mind that after this happened, Ghost was telling Tariq about all the innocent families' lives he just ruined by making that call. But Tariq didn't care because his family's life was ruined. Is Don Carter a ghost from Tariq's past coming to haunt him? So when he said he knows the truth, he could be talking about how Tariq killed Ray Ray and set up Kanan to take the fall. So when he says, "I know who you are," he could be talking about Tariq as the person responsible for getting his wife killed. Then, of course, if this is the case, Carter would definitely be talking about putting Tariq in either prison or the ground. So right now, it's a flip of a coin what side Carter is on. Let me know if you think Carter will be an ally or an op to Tariq in the comments. Other things to keep in mind is that the roots of this show is from Southside Jamaica, Queens, where Raising Kanan is taking place. And that's where most of the people are from, all Raising Kanan cast. Then we got Ghost, Tasha, Tommy, Angela, Councilman Tate, RSJ, and the Tejadas, just to name a few off the top of my head. So another question to ask, is Carter from Southside Jamaica, Queens? Obviously, if he's Ghost's brother, he would be. But if not, he might still be from the South Side, but connected to Ghost in another kind of way. Maybe a classmate or somebody who grew up in the same neighborhood. And because the fact Carter knows Ghost, does this mean he also knows Tommy Egan? Because we do see him in the office sitting with Kamal Tate, Councilman Tate's brother, in the trailer. So there's possibly a Carter-Tate connection as well. Then keep it in mind that Carter is law enforcement, so he could have connections on that side of the law as well, including Sax, Greg Knox, Blanca, and if he's a dirty cop, then Ray Ray or Jukebox even. So there is a lot of angles that they could take with this character. I can't wait till June 7th to find out more. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.